everybody. Merry Christmas.
Merry Christmas.
I hope everyone has enjoyed the Vlogmases that I did. They were pretty short and sweet. The last one was the longest. It was on Christmas Day, so there you go. So I have a couple hot off the needles. These are tube socks for my mom, and hope they fit. If they don't, let me know, Mom, and I will tweak the amount that I cast on or something to hopefully make them fit, but hopefully they will. And then this is where I was podcast last month. So I finished this sock for me, and I got like the whole thing there, but they're for me. I don't care. That's on one side. On this side, I did pretty good on. I'm still learning. I did the German short row heel on these.
You found you liked that one a bit better than other things, huh?
Yeah, I like the German short row.
Yeah.
A lot better. And I didn't get second sock thingamabobs. I forget what it's called, but in my Bags Boss from Granny Bag. Oh, those ones are so cute. I have the second sock. I am at the heel. So
Sorry. Okay.
Well, there you go. Bless you. I am on the second sock. I'm at the heel, so I gotta do the German short row heel. And then the foot and the toe, and then the pair of socks will be done. And the yarn is really super soft. It's let's see, Bad Wolf Girl Studios on Etsy, and the colorway is This Is Halloween.
This is Halloween. This is Halloween.
75% superwash merino wool, 25% nylon, and the yarn is like really soft. So I'm excited to get those on my feet. And that's it for hot off the needle.
Well, I mean, I didn't actually finish anything from knitting-wise. I haven't really done much knitting at all this month. But I thought I can share, or at least kind of talk about a little bit. I've been doing a lot of drawing, practicing some drawing and digital painting. So, painting with Photoshop, things like that. I use Photoshop, Procreate, Adobe Fresco, a little bit of Illustrator, but not a lot. Just practicing a lot of those things because that's some new projects I've been wanting to work on. I think I mentioned in the past, last month or whatever, just like the webcomic and things like that I want to do. So I've done a lot of practicing, mostly just tutorials. I signed up for Skillshare, which is a nice little software or a website for different experts in the field will kind of like share tutorials, and some of them are like really in-depth lessons and things. So I've been learning a lot about painting different things in Photoshop and then drawing different types of comics and stuff like that. So it's been working really well. It's not very expensive, so they have a lot of crafting stuff on there too as well. So like knitting and journaling type stuff. They have a lot of different crafting stuff. They even have cooking. They have woodworking, if you want to do that kind of stuff, sewing, whatever. They have a lot of nice stuff on there. So
more things for us to try out.
Yep. But I've been primarily working with the arts, like painting, digital painting, and drawing and things like that. So I've painted I've drawn about 4 or 5 different variations of one of my main characters of my story that I'm writing, And then
You posted on your
I've been posting them on Instagram. So
and your Instagram name is
I think it's Vegas Heplin.
VegasHeplin.
Yeah, it's 2 I's.
If you want to follow him, and mine's Meditative Crafter.
And so just kind of practicing a lot of that stuff because I'm hoping to be able to get my first comic out on a website. Or my website, it's not up yet, but when it's ready, it'll be Dark Era Productions. DARKERA Productions.com. I'll make sure to put a link in the description below. If you want to go ahead and, well, like I said, it's not up yet, but it should be up at least to some extent within the next few weeks. And then I'll hopefully by the end of January or mid-February I'll have my first comic. And initially I'm probably only going to do one a month, just because I'm still kind of learning and figuring things out and how I want to do it. So, but as I get better and quicker and all that kind of stuff, I'll start doing it a lot more frequently. So yeah, just something I've been doing, and like I said, because I haven't done a lot of knitting now, then because of that, I've been practicing that stuff right now. So, but it's still crafting, I believe. So,
yep, absolutely.
And I've been having a lot of fun with it. So,
cool.
All right. Well, I think that's it for me.
All right. To the whips. Alright, first up is my craft room blanket. It's getting really big, but not long enough yet. So, there's the end. Look at all this colorfulness. Oh, I love it. Where'd the turtle go? Where the turtle is on last podcast. So I made a bit of progress. This new color is apple dumpling. Every time I think of that, I want like some apple like pie, apple turnovers. Yeah.
Something.
Yeah. I want the baked goods every time. So there's that one. Then I only did a row on this. However, I don't know if I've ever shown this one, but it's from the November 2019 knit crate. Yeah. Let's see here. I don't want to show the pattern, so we'll do it this way. Oh, I could just show it like this. That's what it's going to look like. It's the Caldall fin cap. And this is what I got. Look at those cables. Oh, and this is for me. Sorry, moms. I know both of your color favorite is purple, but this one's for me. Yeah, those cables are coming out really nicely on this hat. So I'm getting there with the hat. I'm on row 16 out of 26. No, make that. I'm on row 16 out of 33. Yeah. So, yeah. And then I gotta shape the crown after that and weave in the ends. So, it'll get done. I wanted to knit on a hat, and so that's what I did for that. And I got this one. Yes, it's that bright. This is like a sock head hat, slouchy. This is for me. I'm still on the ribbing because there's like 4 inches of ribbing, and then you do stockinette. So this is on 2.5 US, 3 millimeter needles, so very tiny. But yeah, right now it's just ribbing, so simple. And it'll be simple after that, because it's just going to be stockinette until I get the, I'm having froggy brain today. Haven't been feeling well. What am I trying to say? Oh, the
the
crown,
next part of the hat, yeah.
What?
Yeah, the crown, I guess.
I guess the crown, yeah. So, this is a start of dishcloth 55. Because I finished the other one this morning. So, this colorway is called Friendship Bracelet, which I love the name.
Mm-hmm.
And it's really pretty, actually. So, yep, this is the start of that. And it's dishy. So, I'll probably get that done this month before the new year. Then, I have my simple summer shrug. Where the rock with the donut is where I was last podcast, so I got a lot of progress done. However, it's supposed to be 36 inches before I do the next part for the shrug. I'm not there yet. So that's one of the reasons why I used the rock, because it's going so, it's a process. But it's simple, so I don't mind it at all. Now, what you've all been waiting for. Dun dun dun! Slip Stravaganza! Okay, I finished section 4.
Yeah, she totally passed me up.
I totally passed him. Mm-hmm.
But I've been drawing, so.
But he's been drawing, so he's been creative too. So, here is the lovely Slip Stravaganza, where the kitty cat, where the kitty cat of the yarn ball is where I was last month. So I got quite a bit done. I finished section 3. This is section 4. So I got to do section 5 next, and I watched the tutorial, and I'll be able to do it. Very lovely pattern. I'm really enjoying it. It's by Stephen West. Absolutely enjoying it. It is big, but I love big shawls. I cannot lie. So I just had to say that, you know. I just had to. So those are my whips. You don't have any. Well, you do.
I have this but I'm still finishing up section 3, I think, or yeah.
Yeah, section 3 you're on. Yeah.
So yeah, she totally passed me up.
Yeah.
But I'm basically at the same spot I was last month, because I haven't knit on it at all since last time we podcasted. So.
But at least you're knitting on it now.
Yep.
So that's cool.
I might get a little more done this week, because I actually have the whole week off, so I might do a little bit of knitting this week.
Well, we watched some movies.
Yeah.
Because we want to watch,
the new Wonder Woman is on HBO. It just came out yesterday.
Max.
It's on HBO Max. It's going to be on HBO Max for 1 month if you have it, and then it's going to be just in theaters for a while again until it comes out on DVD and whatnot. So,
okay.
in like 6 months or something. So
yeah.
so you have a
we'll
month
watch
if you
that.
have HBO Max, you have a month to watch the new Wonder Woman.
Yep.
We haven't watched it yet, but we're hoping to watch it sometime in the next couple of days. So
Because we like to watch the first one,
yes,
and then we'll watch the new one.
Yeah.
That's how we roll.
that's how we roll. But yeah, so we want to watch that, and then we have other things we just want to watch that we've been trying to catch back up on. We still haven't
Yeah.
caught up like on our Arrowverse shows and all that kind of stuff.
We're
So
so behind.
yeah,
And now we're behind with Amazing Race by like 2 episodes again.
yeah,
Boy.
it's almost
We'll
done
catch
now.
up. We'll catch up. We got the week vacation.
Yep,
So, on to the next.
yep.
All right. Now on to charity. So, I knit 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 dishcloths this month. So a lot more than last month. So that's exciting. So there's that. And just one charity baby blanket this time. It's because, as you saw in the whips, I'm working on everything. And I'm rotating now, as we talked about last month, where like each cup of coffee I switch project, and I'm still doing that, and it's working out awesome. So I suggest it if you want to do it that way. That's how I do it.
Well, I mean, it helps with your depression. It helps with anxiety. Just
It
kind of
does.
keeps you that way. You're always kind of doing something a little bit different. You don't get burnt out. You don't get bored of this working on the same project for a long period of time.
Mhm.
I know there's a lot of people who are just, what do you call them, like
Monotonous.
monogamous knitters or whatever. You only knit
Yeah.
on one project at a time, and I mean
I
that's
can't do
another thing
that.
too. But
I have
if,
ADHD.
yeah,
I cannot work on just one project at a time. I just can't. It for me it brings on deeper depression and anxiety.
so
It doesn't, for me to have all these whips, for me it doesn't cause anxiety, but I do know for some it will cause anxiety having a lot of whips. But for me it's the total opposite.
And so you just got to figure out what works for you. And so, like, it's one of those things that, we'd recommend giving it a try if you think you get tired of working on the same thing, or you get burnt out or bored, or you feel like,
Your knit mojo's gone or something.
yeah, maybe just change it up a little bit. Change a few things, add a few things. And none of them have to be that difficult. Maybe only have one or two more complicated things on at a time, and the rest are just simple things. Like she lets the blankets and the dishcloths, which are all simple things to do, pretty much mindless.
Yep.
And so you have a couple of complicated things and then a couple of mindless things, and you just kind of go back and forth and switch several times a day, so that way you're not feeling like you're just stuck in a rut and things like that. So. I tend to like to just knit on the same thing for long periods of time, but that's me.
Yeah.
And that works for me, but it doesn't always work for everybody. So you just got to figure out what works for you, I think. And being that we use knitting as a primary form of meditation and just helping us deal with all of our issues, I think that's something that this is something we felt like just kind of mentioning that we recommend. So for anyone else who kind of use knitting or crafting in general, I guess for the same reasons, So.
Yep. Speaking of which, I need to get out my.
Aw.
What?
I just realized I missed a couple of slip stitches.
Oh.
So I gotta go back a few stitches. Not very far, but.
He's got a tink. Right?
Tinky tink tink, yep.
Tink. So, yeah, speaking of which, I need to get out my knit on something while we're doing this because the pain is getting bad. So, are we ready for the next? Okay. So, now we discuss our next cast-ons. So, for Christmas, I got some yarns, which I showed in the last Vlogmas of this month. So, with the Yarn Cafe Creation one, I got like 5 skeins. I'm going to knit with the Fade and Point by Hohi Locatelli. You're gonna do the same, but with the yarns that you got. Right?
Yeah, I got this was like it
was a while
back. Year and a half ago now, probably, that I bought. We went to a local yarn store, and I bought. I kind of just I bought like almost like 5 completely random skeins of yarn for it. That I just thought would go nice together, but they were like different brands, different colors, different styles, different everything. So like, it's gonna be kind of an interesting knit. It's still a fading colors. Like the colors are like a kind of create a fade, but it's also got like a lot of different. It's gonna be a little bit different textures and things like that. So it's gonna be kind of interesting, I think.
And fun.
Yep.
And then the next cast on we want to do together is the Painted Bricks by Stephen West.
Yeah.
Shawl.
And that one was all. You're also going to use
Christmas yarn.
Christmas yarn for one of the for the main color or something, or
for the main color, it's a bright pink. Oh my goodness, it is gorgeous and it sparkles. It's on sparkle. So I'm gonna use that and then go through my stash of other yarns to do for the contrasting colors.
Yeah, the Painted Bricks looks like a good pattern to use as a stash buster because it kind of, you have one main color and then you can kind of just use whatever the heck you want for the rest of it.
I think you need like 80 yards or so for the contrasting colors each. So it's not bad.
No.
So we'll see how that goes.
So it looks like a good stash buster and a good like leftover buster if you wanted to use it for that too.
True.
So
that's true. So
I don't know if leftover buster is a term, but you know, I'm saying it now.
It is now. At least it is for us. Yep, so those are gonna be our next cast-ons.
Yep.
So stay tuned for that.
Yep, we'll see where that goes. Hopefully we'll have something. I don't know. The way I'm going, I may not be knitting a whole lot, but
I'll knit for the both of
yep.
us. How's that? Yep, more for rotation actually.
Yeah.
Oh, that'll be nice. I like that. I like that idea. All right.
Yep.
Is that about it for?
I think so.
For that one. All right. Now on to Happy Mail, our favorite segment.
Okay. She kind of did most of her Happy Mail over the last month because of the Vlogmas
yeah, which was like
videos.
It was almost like the spur of a moment thing.
Yeah, spur of the moment.
Spare of the moment. Yeah. Words are hard today. Really bad. So, I got these beforehand. Look at that. It's a gnome with slippers. Teddy bear slippers. It's hard to...
Yeah, it's probably hard to show.
Hard to show, but it's so cute. Oh my goodness. So I got me and my mom that. My mom and I that, rather. And then I got a hot dog.
No, it would be my mom and me.
My mom and me? Okay.
Yeah.
A hot dog. I had to get that because he likes when I say hot dog.
Hot dog.
Hot dog.
Hot dog.
He's so cute. And then a cinnamon roll. Yum. With sparkles.
She likes her cinnamon rolls.
I love my cinnamon rolls. But I don't think I can eat them now.
Oh no, well you'd have to get
I'd have to
gluten-free
get them
stuff.
gluten-free. I have to make them gluten-free.
Mm-hmm.
Because otherwise I'll have a reaction most likely. Which I've had today. So that's why if anyone notices, I don't sound the same quite today because I'm nasally or sinusy. And I'm not feeling good because yesterday I had biscuits and sausage gravy and I have a reaction. So that stinks because that is like one of my favorite foods.
Yeah.
So we'll figure out a way to hopefully gluten-free where it tastes decent because
Mm-hmm.
seriously, don't take all my foods away, body. Come on. All right, your turn.
So then she got me a couple of Progress Keepers as well
From Simply Serving.
from Simply Serving. So we got, it's a little, come on,
There you go.
there we go. Little star face, makes me think of from like Mario or something, I don't know.
Yep.
Same with this, she got me two of these. There's a green one and a red one for the little mushroom guys.
Yep.
And then for food, because I love sushi, so she got me a little sushi roll. It's like a California roll or something, I don't know.
Which are good. I like certain sushi. Like there's how many kinds? There's the Hawaiian roll,
You like
California roll,
spicy tuna,
spicy tuna, and
crazy crab,
spicy crab.
yeah,
Or
something like
spicy
that.
crazy crab, something like that. Those are the only ones I like from Sushi Eye.
Yeah, it's this local sushi chain,
Yeah,
Sushi AI.
restaurant. Yep. But you can only get the Hawaiian roll when you have delivery. You
Yeah.
can't get it at the restaurant.
Yeah, I know, that was weird. I'm not
It's
sure why
so
I did that.
weird. I
So-
don't know, but man, when we have sushi, I ask for delivery because I want my Hawaiian roll.
And then my Christmas present to myself, because I've been trying to learn drawing and I want to do comics. So I got several books on drawing, primarily geared around drawing comics for most of them. So this very specifically, How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way. It was recommended by several comic writers as a like a good starting point for if you want to draw comics. Kind of breaks it down into different shapes and easy to understand types. And
You
So-
got these all on Amazon?
yep. And so like here, like it talks about breaking down a car. Oops, where's the car? And that's the plane there. If you see on the bottom there, you take the car and just make little boxes, and then you can kind of convert those boxes into a car. So you can kind of initially sketch out very, very easy to understand shapes and stuff like that, and then kind of slowly convert them into the shape of the actual object you're looking for. So just one of those things that just a way to make drawing a little bit easier to comprehend, I guess. Then I got a handful of books that were recommended by David Finch. He's a professional comic book writer. I've been watching a lot of his stuff recently
On YouTube.
on YouTube. He does a lot of he's done a lot of Marvel, DC, and a handful of other places and stuff like that. He's actually got a Indiegogo Red Sonja thing, although I think that might be over by now. He did a custom cover for Red Sonja, who's a older character that I'm not a huge fan of that character myself, so I didn't get it, but if you're a fan, you might be able to still get a hold of that on Indiegogo. But he recommended this author primarily and said all of his books were great. So I bought 4 of his books. Marcos Mato Mestre. I honestly, I don't know. Sorry if I'm totally butchering that name there. But Framed Perspective Volume 1. Technical perspective and visual storytelling. So it's just about getting perspective, 1 point, 2 point, 3 points is perspective primarily, and then how all that kind of stuff just works together to create larger scenes and things like that, so that way they look semi 3D and realistic. And then Frame Perspective Volume 2, technical drawing for shadows, volume, and characters. So how to use those same techniques, but with shadows and then like characters, like if you're going like here you can see on the cover here, they're using a perspective because we're looking straight down at everybody, so everybody's going to be getting smaller towards the feet effectively because of perspective, so it's going to look smaller. So and this is framed drawing techniques, mastering ballpoint pen, graphite pencil, and digital tools for visual storytelling. So just different ways of and tools and things like that to use for drawing comics. So it's just another book. I haven't done a lot of more traditional drawing. I've mostly done digital. But I thought about trying maybe getting... I have a handful of...
I think you have a sketch pad.
I have a sketch pad and I have some colored pencils. I don't have a lot of the like other stuff. Like I don't have like graphite. I don't have like the inking pens and things like that I'd like to get. But
in time, you probably will.
Yeah. And then framed ink, drawing and composition for visual storytellers. So this is how to create a scene basically in a picture and make it look interesting and draw the reader's attention into certain areas and things like that. Just like that's kind of what composition's all about, is making sure that the reader looks where you want them to look at the picture. So now this one here is not comic related, but it's one of the most highly recommended starting points for drawing people, especially Bridgman's Complete Guide Drawing from Life. Now this is a book that's been around for a long time and gone through several different renditions or whatever, so versions of it. I will say, from what I've been told and what I've seen from other artists and things, is that there's a lot of text in here, a lot of which is probably doesn't make a ton of sense to a lot of people if you're not really into like the anatomy and stuff. You need to know anatomy to a certain extent when you're drawing, but at the same time it probably goes into more detail than is necessary. So like what a lot of people say is like, find the parts that matter to you. Look at the pictures and the way he's drawing things. Read a little bit if necessary to kind of get an understanding of what he's going through, but it's mostly about just kind of like seeing the method and the methodology that he uses when drawing people. So because he does that same concept where he breaks it down into very easy to understand shapes and things like that. So that way you can say like, okay, an arm is just a cylinder, you know, and then same with your leg, it's just a cylinder. Your head is effectively a sphere or an egg shape. Mm-hmm. Things like that. And so you have one big cylinder, another big cylinder, you know, you have like a little cube almost for your hand, and then several small cylinders coming out of that for your fingers. So everything is just that. And then you take those and then shape them into by adding details to shape them into the actual objects that they are. So it starts out as just a cylinder, and then you slowly start cutting away the parts that to give the muscle tone or whatever, you know, things like that. So it's just something that was recommended by a lot of artists, so I decided to go for it.
Cool.
I haven't really gone through a whole lot of them yet, but we'll see how it goes, and hopefully over the next few months. And I mean, I just got them a couple of days ago, so.
Just got them for Christmas.
Well, yeah, I got them for Christmas.
Yeah.
I guess I technically got them like 4 days ago, but I didn't open them until yesterday.
Right. You wanted to save something for
Yep.
Christmas.
So we'll see how that goes, and I'm really looking forward to playing with a lot of these books and going through them and seeing what I can do. So
cool.
And I think that's it for me.
Sounds good. Yeah. That's it for me too. On to the gaming, which I have not done in the last couple months of my Animal Crossing. So I imagine there's tons of weeds and haven't got those turnips and yeah. So all to you.
So yeah, I've actually got several games over the last month or so. Now I haven't played as much because I've been doing mostly drawing, but I've been playing a little bit. There's Assassin's Creed Valhalla, which is the new Assassin's Creed game I got. I've been playing that. That's probably the biggest one I've been playing most recently. There's a new Watch Dogs, which is also another Ubisoft game. I got the new Age of Calamity Zelda game, I think is what it's called. Mm-hmm. So it's a new Zelda game for the Switch. That's a lot of fun. It's not like a normal Zelda. It's a what do you call it? Like a Warriors game. So you go back and forth between a couple different characters that you can play as, and you're just basically hack and slash with a whole bunch of different monsters on the field at a time. Okay. And so but it's still pretty fun. I enjoy it, and it kind of gives a little more detail into the backstory of what Breath of the Wild was. So a little more into the calamity that caused is the precursor to the Breath of the Wild game. So, and then of course there's the disaster, or I guess I don't know, depends on who you talk to. I'm still hoping it's going to work out. I haven't gotten my refund, but there's Cyberpunk 2077. Supposedly it works pretty well on the PC and even okay on the new PS5 and the Xbox Series X or whatever they're called. But on the PS4 and the Xbox 360, there's a lot of issues. I haven't ran into too many issues myself. It's mostly like, for myself, I get a lot of like what feels like stick drift. So meaning like I feel like the cursor is always slightly moving in one direction.
That's frustrating.
But it only happens on the interface for the most part, or if I am scanning with the scanner. And I've had a couple of crashes, but not as many as a lot of people say. I have had a handful of like where I get like stuck inside a box for a minute and I have to like jump up and down or wander around back and forth and just keep futzing for a couple of minutes until it finally pops me out of it or whatever, and so I get like stuck inside that thing. So I've had things like that. It's mostly just like I find a gap in the collision detection or something like that. I don't know. So it's a fun game when it works, and it hasn't had too many problems for me. Like I said, the main issue is the stick drift. That's the main thing that's been bothering me, that there's certain times where in the interface it's more just kind of annoying because the cursor will slowly start drifting, and especially if I'm like on something where I use the cursor to scroll, it's slowly scrolling in a direction, and I don't always want it to do that. I want to read what I'm reading or whatever, and sometimes it just kind of moves out of the way, and I can't see what I want to see sometimes, especially if I'm reading the last thing. Mm-hmm. And then there's the scanning part where I'll start scanning an object, and all of a sudden my character will be looking in a direction, and then I'll just kind of go off to the side and just start looking off somewhere else. And I'm like, that's not where I wanted to look. This is where I'm looking. Why? And then he'll do it again. And so that's the biggest issue that I've had is that has been very, very frustrating, because there's times where like I'm trying to aim at something or scan something and I just can't seem to do it because it just keeps moving off into some other direction. Mm-hmm. So I've kind of put that on hold a little bit for now in the hopes supposedly they're going to be having a big update next month. We'll see how that goes, and they're going to have a few more updates over the next couple of months, I guess, just try to fix all these bugs. I don't know. The Witcher 3 was a great game, and that was one of their previous games, and that was such a good game that I was so hoping this would be a good game, and
It probably will once
I
they
think
fix
it
the
will
bugs.
once it gets it all fixed, because when it works for me, it is very enjoyable. So
Mhm.
it's just that it is frustrating sometimes to do certain things. So we'll see how it goes. And then, of course, still not able to buy a PS5. I've been looking off and on. Um, the only place to really buy it right now would be like eBay or Craigslist or those places, and
Yeah.
for scalpers or whatever you want to call them, that
Mhm.
are charging you like $1,500 for it or whatever. And I'm just like, yeah, no. Even if I had the money, I would refuse to buy it from that. So like,
Right.
um,
We just wait.
I'm just
And
waiting
keep
until I can get
checking.
it at a normal price at a normal place. Now, I mean, I guess if one of those people wanted to sell it at a normal price, then I might buy it. But
I don't know.
um,
Maybe, I guess, but rather go like through Best Buy or
well,
something.
yeah, I mean, I'd rather go through like an actual store if I can help it. And so I've been
Mhm.
looking at Best Buy, Target, Amazon. None of them have it.
Yeah.
And every time I see like a article about saying, hey, this weekend, blah blah blah, some places might get some new stock, I go and look, and usually I'm too late or whatever. But
Yeah.
I think once I saw it, and it said that like Best Buy was showing that it was there, and it almost let me buy it, but then it like died in the middle of it, and then when I tried again, it was sold out again by that point. So I'm thinking that maybe I got there in time, but there was so many people trying to buy it at the same time, that it's just like some people got through and some people didn't, and I was just one of the unlucky ones.
Yep. Keep trying.
So I'm not too. I mean, I want it, but at the same time, it's not like I need it right now. I can wait. I have enough games and enough other things that I'm doing right now, so
You're good.
I'm good for now. So I mean, I'm gonna keep looking, but I'm not in any hurry to get it. So we'll see what happens. But
Okay.
I think that's it.
All right. Now it's hats off.
Don't mind our hair.
Don't mind our hair.
COVID hair, or
going
whatever you want to call it.
on, right? Me, it's like the combination of that and just fibro itself. We want to say hats off to Simply Serving for doing her Advent.
It was a wonderful, wonderful product that she delivered. So it was
Yeah.
a lot of really cool little
I
knickknacks and things.
I enjoyed every single day of it. Did the vlogmases of them all. So if you want to know what was in the Advent, just watch the vlogmases. They're short and sweet, so I mean maybe.
Yeah, like the longest one is like 2 or 3 minutes, except for the last one, which was like almost 10. But most of them are probably in about a minute, minute and a half range. So
Yeah.
just little things, kind of talking about what it is and how cool it is, and
Yep.
showing you what we got, what the different items were within the
Mhm.
product. So,
Yep.
and I mean,
Thank you again very much, Simply
Yeah.
Serving. Absolutely love it. And you keep coming out with new product, new things every single time I turn around. So I'm adding things to my cart all the time
yeah,
to buy some more. So you can't ever have enough progress keepers, in my opinion, or stitch markers too, because you can get them as a stitch marker as well. So you can use them as both. And with the lever back, you can use them as stitch marker or progress keeper. You have that option. So yeah, because she gives options for what you want.
Yep.
So thank you very much. It was absolutely enjoyable. Made me smile every single day in this month, and I really appreciate that. And I hope you do it again, Simply Serving. I really do, because I would get it again for sure.
Yeah.
Yep.
So, yep. Thank you very much, and yeah, I don't know. I was gonna say something else, but then it slipped my mind, so I'm sorry.
Okay. Now to the random. I'm going to be starting blogging. BLOGGING. um, well, I have to spell it because sometimes I say words and they sound like totally different. But anyway, on I get the thing right. Meditative.
Yeah, the domain, we've already
crafting.com.
got the domain, we just haven't set up the site yet.
Right.
So the site doesn't exist yet, but we're hoping to have that up next month.
Right. So I'm going to start that. Also, on this channel, on YouTube, I am going to start vlogging. VLOGGING. And so, those will be on this channel. So,
yeah.
That's my plan in 2021. Hopefully I'll start in January, but we'll see how things go. But I'm hoping to do that as well.
Yeah, just another way of kind of getting out there and talking to people about different things.
And get our hours, our watch time hours. Because apparently I just found out you need 4,000 watch time hour things to get monetized or something on the YouTube. That's a lot of hours. So it'll help hopefully get closer eventually to that.
Yeah, so like, if you enjoy our show or what we go about, please subscribe, thumbs up, like our videos, and comment. Click the little bell so you can get a notification every time we post a new video.
Yep.
And just share it out. Yes.
Okay.
And then just, share us to all your friends, family, whoever you think might enjoy us. And if you have any suggestions, comment below, and we'll try to see how we can integrate that into our show and
absolutely
go from there. So we'll just let us know what you want, and we'll see what we can do.
Mm-hmm.
But in addition to that, I've also I think I briefly mentioned that a little bit ago that I'm going to be doing a webcomic. So I will be doing that hopefully next month as well. And I thought about doing my own blog and or vlog of some sort.
On your website.
With some of the things that I'm much more interested in that Sherry doesn't get into as much as I do. So things like movie reviews and gaming, like more in-depth gaming reviews, things like that I'm really into and thought about doing. So
I'm laughing because me and movies, you asked me how the movie was. It was okay. I liked it.
It was okay. She has 3 ratings. 95% of everything she sees it was okay. A couple things every now and again says, "Oh, that was great," and then a couple of things every now and again, "Ugh, that was dumb." But otherwise, 95% of everything she sees it was okay.
But yet, you ask me every single time.
Yeah, I have to.
Knowing there's a big chance I'm going to say it was okay.
So.
Anyway, so you're going to put all that stuff of what you want to talk about and do on your website.
Yes.
Which is?
My website is darkeraproductions.com. Yeah. And then your website is?
Meditativecrafting.com.
Yep. Okay.
Okay.
Yep.
So hopefully we'll get all that going.
Yeah, we'll put links down in the description. Like I said, neither of them are actually working yet, so they're not going to go anywhere yet, but you can at least bookmark them or whatever you want to do, so that way you can have them available, and we'll let you know once they're ready to go.
Yep.
So.
Sounds good.
Yep.
That's the plan.
Yep.
2021, here we come.
Yeah. Hopefully this will be a much better year than this year has been. So this year's been a pretty crazy year all around. A lot of different weird things happening, with the coronavirus, and then you got fires in California and along the West Coast. You got fires in Australia. It's been pretty crazy. So
lockdowns.
Yeah, lockdowns all over the world because of the virus. Stuff like that. It's been pretty nuts.
Yeah.
But
there's hope.
There's hope. They finally got a handful of vaccines approved, so we'll see how that goes and see where things go from there. But yeah, hopefully everybody's been staying safe, been having
wearing your mask, hand sanitizing,
social distancing.
Yeah,
just be careful. If you do go anywhere, just make sure you take the precautions that you need. The proper precautions and all that kind of stuff. So. Yep. But I mean, your safest bet is usually just to try to stay home if you can. So.
Yeah, which is what we do.
There's a lot of services out there, and while some of them can cost a little more than going yourself, things like DoorDash for if you want to eat out, or Instacart for groceries, things like that. So, in most places, most stores deliver to you, so you can order Best Buy or Target or whatever online, and they'll deliver the stuff to you. Walmart, if all that kind of stuff.
Either they'll do that or they'll do curbside where you can pick it up. Yep.
So, and there's always Amazon. I mean,
that's true.
You can get almost anything on Amazon nowadays.
Yep.
So just stay safe, everybody, and
yeah.
I hope everyone does well.
And take care. Yep. Now the last part we'll talk about is medical, which I went and had some blood work done a couple weeks ago.
Yeah.
And found out something about mycotoxins, and which
it's from what I understand, it's kind of one of those like pseudoscience things right now. It's not, people don't really know exactly how. I mean, the mycotoxins is a real thing, and people know what that is, but at the same time, the like a lot of doctors and professionals in the industry or whatever, you'll find mixed thoughts and feelings on just how much of an effect they might have on people. But
through the blood work, we found out that it's an issue for me.
It's potentially a good issue for her, or a bad issue, whatever you want to call it. A big issue.
A big issue.
She showed signs that she might have a lot of the toxins. It's usually caused by like molds or fungus or something in the area. It's pretty much everywhere, and everyone probably has some level of it. But there's been some recent, I don't know, studies, I guess, that kind of show that maybe some people are much more strongly affected by it, by them, and can cause a lot of very random issues, and some like circumstantial evidence, I guess, more than anything at the moment, of saying like there's certain things that people seem to have these issues, and they have they show signs of large amounts of the toxins in their system. And they go on it was a little hard to understand everything based on the article or the thing that the doctor sent us, but
because you know how doctors at most times say in doctor's terms,
and so
where you're like, what the heck does this mean?
So what it sounds like is like there's certain kinds of specialized probiotics, I'm assuming from the sounds of it, that you can go on that will help
And another
your
medicine
system
too.
break down the toxins more efficiently.
And then there's another medicine as well.
Yeah,
One
so
or two other medicines.
there's a couple different things. Now, like I said, some of this is very still kind of in the unknown. Like even the doctor said that not a lot of people really know exactly of everything about this and how much of an effect it might have, but there has been a handful, well, probably more than a handful, but several cases of people having these symptoms, showing these signs within their lab work, and then going on certain medications and having much of that lessen or go away. So, like,
And it'll take at least
it can take 6 months to a year for your body to kind of adapt and get used to it. So it's one of those things that,
and you'll possibly to feel worse at first.
yeah, because I think it's a lot of it is getting your body used to a new thing and letting your body adapt and be able to take over and start fighting the toxins on its own or whatever, I guess. I don't know. I don't know all the details, but
Instead of them fighting you.
right.
Which is happening to me.
So we'll see how this goes, and we'll keep you updated on how things are going, but we thought we'd just kind of, and if anybody has any more information, more details about this in any way, just let us know, and we would like to know.
Yeah.
And I'm sure anybody else who's watching that might be interested. So one of the things we do, one of the parts of this podcast is to also kind of help educate on different kinds of illnesses and things like that, especially the ones that we deal with, that we kind of have an understanding of to some extent.
And even just learning about, like we are now.
Yeah, and some of this is we're learning, and we're just kind of telling you what we're learning as we're learning it, and so we don't always know all the answers. We probably never will know all the answers, but we'll tell you what we do know and what we think we know and what we know, and we'll let you know that, like I said, this is something that not many people really fully understand. No one really fully understands, but there's a lot of things that just kind of show that this might be a thing that to think about and to look into for certain people.
Yeah.
It can cause a lot of different symptoms, such as chronic pain, dizziness, sinus issues, inflammation,
indigestion.
Yeah.
Gas.
So,
it
headaches.
says even gout.
Okay.
It said even gout on there. Yeah,
So,
headaches.
Yeah. It's just one of those things that yeah, people just don't really know a lot about yet, but they're kind of, some people say it's nothing, some people say it's everything. It's probably somewhere in the middle. And so we'll just keep you updated and see how things go, and
yeah.
If, like I said, if anybody knows anything else, just let us know, please. We would like to also know more information. So
yes, please.
We'd like all the
below.
information we can. So
we read all the comments.
Yep.
We appreciate them. We appreciate everyone that watches our videos, and we really appreciate it. Anything else?
No, I think that's everything for today.
Okie doke. So we will see everyone again next month, the last Saturday. We record the last Saturday of the month.
Yeah, we record on Saturday, and then usually we try to get it out on Sunday. We've had once or twice where we weren't able to, just usually due to internet or technical difficulties.
Yeah.
Us
but
being
as soon as
kinda,
we can, we get uploaded.
So I mean, we are having internet issues right now. So if this isn't up on Sunday, well, hopefully it'll be up sometime within the Monday, Tuesday, something like that, and we'll see how things go. So.
Yep. So thank you everyone for your patience. Thank you for watching, and we will see you soon.
See you soon. Talk to you later. Bye for now.